In this section of the tutorial, I am going to show you how to add titles and then adding text to the titles. Look to the right hand side panel. I am going to click on the text icon and then I'm given numerous choices. So I am going to choose titles. So I click on that and then again I'm given a lot of choices. I scroll down and then I choose this particular title. So I click on it and then it goes to the center of the slide. I hover my cursor over the object and then hold on to the mouse and then drag it to wherever I want it to be. So I want to resize this, so I will again hover the cursor over one of these bars. So I do that and then I drag it inwards to make it smaller. So I think that's a good size. Next, I want to rename the title from Sweet Shine to It Is More Fun in the Philippines. So I click on the text, but nothing happens. So what I need to do is I need to click out of the title object and then click on the text, Sweet Shine. I will go ahead and click on the gear icon. I'm going to change the font. So I scroll down and then I choose this one, Cartoon. Okay, I like that font. And I'm going to reduce the font size. Next, I type It Is More Fun in the Philippines. And then I click on the color palette right there. The color picker window pops up and then I go ahead and change the color. So this will take a few seconds. So I think that looks good. Moving on to the timeline for this title object at the bottom of the screen. I am going to drag the slider for this object. So I drag it to first second. So that means this object, the title object, will appear at the first second. Okay? Next, I am going to set the entry animation for this object. So I click on that object below the slider and then a small icon appears next to the slider. I click on that. Now I am going to choose that pop animation. Okay, click on it. And next, I am going to animate the text as well. When it enters the screen, I want it to be animated. So again, I click on that icon below the slider and click on it. And I'm going to choose, okay, click on the text again. Okay, now I am going to choose word by word, meaning the word, the title, It Is More Fun in the Philippines, will appear on the screen one word at a time. We will see that. Okay, done with that, let us check it out. So I slide the slider back to the very beginning, that is 0th second, and I play. Let's check it out. You can see that the title pops onto the screen and It Is More Fun in the Philippines appeared onto the screen one word at a time. Again, I click on the title icon in the timeline and it gets highlighted, as you can see. Now I am going to set the exit to the very end. That means I am going to end the title at the 17th second. Nor am I going to animate its exit from the screen, so leave it that way. There is another title that I want to add to this slide. So I will again click on titles, and then I scroll down, and then I choose this one. Click on it. It is again placed right in the middle of the slide. I hover my cursor over it and then hold on to my mouse and then move it to the top, right at the top of the slide. I want it to be there. So now I want to remove EST 1984. Now I click on it. Again, I click on it, nothing happens. So what I need to do is, again, I click outside of this box, the selected text. I click on it. Okay, now, again, I hover my cursor right over that EST 1984. Now it gets selected. So once done, I delete it. So I'm going to hover my cursor over the main title, and then it gets selected. Now I click on the gear icon, and I'm not going to make any changes. I like the color, and then also the font size. I make no changes, but instead I am going to change the writing on it. So I double click on it. Double click, and then I type travel to the Philippines. So here it moves to the next line. So I want it to be on the same line. So I hover my cursor over the handle there. Then I expand it. Okay, and then move it to the middle. So that looks perfect. And then of course I work on its settings on the timeline. So watch as I go about setting it up. I want to add a text element, and I want it to appear on the 6th second. So I drag the slider to 6, and then I click on titles. So I scroll down, and then I choose this one over here. The text element is placed right in the center of the slide. I am going to flip this text element, so I click on the flip icon right at the top. Okay, I hold on to the control key found on the keyboard, and then I click on the text liquid swords, and then I drag it to the left hand side. That allowed me to drag both the bubble, the text element, and the actual text, the liquid swords. Okay, I am going to quickly change the text to AIIAS Silang Cavite, and then I change the font to Poem. So that looks good. And then of course I work on its settings on the timeline, so watch as I go about setting it up.